This season, a skunk this size was selling at the auction for anywhere between 25 and 50 bucks Canadian. They really were, if you look back at the results. He's here somewhere.
Floyd.
Floyd, yeah.
Right there.
Floyd's got a great little market there. He buys skunks and all kinds of stuff. I sold 100 this year, just like that, privately. There's a big demand for them. Everybody obviously has an issue with stink. If you're careful with them, a 120 Belial in a little wooden box like your Martin box, chunk of beaver, you'll catch all the skunks if you can handle with that, and those 120s kill them dead. And that's the biggest thing, so they don't spray. If any of you guys leg hold trap, you catch a skunk, you know bloody well it sprays. The 120s kill them, and they don't spray. This one has an evil streak in him. This one was caught in the landowner's yard in a live trap, and I walked up. I was probably 25, 30 feet away, and he started spraying. And then as I got closer, he sprayed again. So he's only got a third to a half of his scent in there right now because he bucked out a couple of shots. But the easiest thing to do, you can do it with the fur on, or you can do it after. If you do it after, you got to be real careful with your knife, especially if they're loaded, because a skunk this size will have apricot plum size scent, and it's got the texture like a grape or a tomato. Like there's some pressure there. So you got to be careful with your knife when you're making your cuts. Even after you drain them, you still got to be careful. It's like a Javix jug. You jab a knife in there, it still stinks like Javix. So that's the only thing about a skunk. Otherwise, they skin just like a muskrat, pretty much. They're real easy. So
easier if they got that scent in them.
Yep.
You follow it around.
Again, just showing it this way, and I've done it both ways. When I'm at home, I typically skin them and then throw out the essence because I can watch that sack completely collapse and know I got all of it. So, right here on both sides, if you guys want, you can put them pyramids on or whatever. You can feel it's about half full or so yet. You can feel the actual sack, and it's not a gland; it's a sack. And when you drain them out, after I'll show you after you skin, you can actually see it. It just collapses to nothing. And so all you do, finger over the vent, put mosquito off me, the needle in, and these are just regular syringes that you buy at any agriculture place. I usually go through the sack, start pulling a vacuum, and then pull out. Okay? Wiggle the needle back and forth. Keep vacuum on it at all times. Okay? And there you go. And they skin very easy. This one's a big male, and like any species of any animal, the bigger males are your tough ones. So this is gonna what you're gonna see is basically the toughest it's gonna get. You get, you know, one that grades as a large or extra large skunk. This will be a triple XL. You can flesh it. You'll make yourself look like a hero. It just peels off. It's real easy to flesh. Okay. Now, if you guys want to come around this side, I can show you the cuts. It's the same opening as a raccoon. You want a bunch of that back fur, make the back as long as you can. And so all I do, again, the sacks are right here, and you just with my old filleting knife here, and you just gently under the skin and just flick. And then you'll always miss those sacks. And I'm always pointing away from the body. I know most guys, you know, coyote and everything, we jab right in. You'll learn that once. You go around the vent to the center of the leg. Same on this side. Join them up or close to. And then, now already here, you can go into the meat. There's nothing there that's going to hurt you. And that's the money cut that raccoon guys talk about, and it gives you that much more on the back. And you just make sure that all your cuts are complete and through. You see everything there? Awesome. And then after that is just a simple thing. They skin just like raccoons. That same texture of fat, that white easy fat. So you just get them started. and then they just pull. And then when you get around this side, don't stand right there. It's like a primer pump. Sometimes it'll buck. You guys will be okay. He's got all the pressure off. And if you need, gently, you're gonna start seeing the sacks start exposing here now. That's the sack right there, but it's all drained out now. That little thing right there. And again, this is something that once you do a few, you can actually pull right there and everything's good. It's just that I don't want any oopsies while there's filming and you guys watching and you guys behind. So I'm just gonna take my time and do this one.
I imagine you don't want to do a whole lot of pulling on these.
Oh yeah, you can pull all day long. Once you drain them, the pressure's off, it's nothing to it. But anyway, there's one sack, and I can still see there's still some in there. This sack looks drained. So I'll still be pulling some more essence out of this one yet.
So what are they using for?
Which? Lure making. Yeah. Apparently, I don't know, the guy never answered me back. There was an American that got a hold of me and said that the chemical composition in this is basically a sulfur. He was telling me that there is a legitimate perfume industry, that they refine something out of it, but I don't know. He said there's actually skunk farms out there. So, but all I've ever sold it as is lure making stuff. And then all you do is just, they're really hard tail to pull if you try doing it from up top. So you just kind of skin them down a ways. Get it about half or so. Excuse me. Then after that, he's a muskrat. You just pull and
You know where your skunk jokes already? You must have some skunk jokes.
really.
No? No.
I do.
I got a raccoon story.
Yeah, yeah. We went. You know, you get the odd skunk that will, crowd around $70, $80. With by the time you do the hide and the essence on a normal year. And otherwise, lots. I got them tanned up. There's a fella in Birch Hill, Saskatchewan, that has a little tannery, and he is exceptional at doing skunks. And he bleaches them. He gets those stripes really white, even though the ones that are yellow in the field. When you catch those yellow striped ones, they come back and they're just neon white, shiny black. He hits them with a brightener, bleach, all that stuff, and does a really, really, really nice tan on them as well. And then you can sell them. I had 17 one spring, and I was sold out in a week. Most skunk tails at the end will break off. Don't even worry about that. Work this time. And this is all just dull side, you're just pushing. There's no slicing required.
So that whole thing you were doing with dull side?
Yep. So hard, I don't want to push you over, but I gotta. Just gonna sharp side it here quickly just to get that lump off of there. Okay, then skunks. Any of them that have that real fatty tail, do it backwards on the beam. If you go the other way, sometimes it'll work, sometimes you'll pop the tail right off. And there's that end that I was figuring was going to go bye-bye on me. And again, like I said, you don't have to spend tons of time on that tail. Just get it more or less clean and you're good. Like so. With any animals that are cased, size is determined by length, not the width. You don't need to try to stretch them like a teepee, but just screw yourself with a grate on that. And all you do is just split it enough just to let some air in there, but you can see how loose that is yet. This is, your size is from here to here, okay? Making it that wide does absolutely nothing for you. So, and that's same with raccoons too. A lot of guys overstretch raccoons. Now with a skunk, AJ, you want to hold that one up? Just, you see that big back there? That's that money cut that I showed you guys earlier. All of that back is there, so if you want to make a mitt, now this one's way oversized for a mitt, but when you're right on that bubble, there's a mitt versus not a mitt, you know, and I've got the mitts in the truck, they're amazing things. So what you do is, you tab here, that one there.
Ryan, that's for a big hat.
It's a hell of a hat.
Hell of a hat.
Yeah. So I kind of do straight line across, and then little tailboard. If you use a solid stretcher, you don't need a tailboard, obviously. It's just like that. And push the tail up. You want to thicken up. Oi.
No pressure, you're being filmed.
No, not at all. You want to really push all that back fur up, make it thick. That's your grade. And then once you get already halfway down the tail, you're just doing it now just for looks. It doesn't matter to your grade or your price. Should be good with a stapler from here now. Wow, that is a thick tail. Okay. And trim that belly a bit. Just cleans it up. Front legs a little bit. Roll those front legs in. And the lower jaw you can trim a little bit nicer, make it look pretty. And there is a skunk. After he's done for 3 to 4 days, just give them a little wipe with the paper towel and they're ready to go. And then they're done, they look. This one's been on the boards